I'm making a Ashes of Creation solo but want a group tier list. You know, single but want to mingle. You know what I'm saying? You solo. You're not in the Discord like that, or maybe you are. I was saying Bard. Bard is pretty much number one. Sits on top. You can do whatever you want. You can heal. You can do melee. You can range. The weapons are up to you. I feel when I played Bard, I didn't really feel like I was restricted to anything, even though I only got to, I think I played most of level 5, level 7. I probably want to try to get everything to level 10, but I did end up picking Cleric. So the reason why I went with Cleric is because I felt like I had, even though I did not have the abilities, like I couldn't just like constantly attack or anything like that. I felt with Cleric I was tankier. I could solo just once I got my heals together, and I was about level 8, level 9, I felt a lot more comfortable. I think once I got my keybinds put together, like not my keybinds, about rotation and the abilities I wanted to use and play, how I wanted to play, I felt like I was able to do a lot more. Because yesterday I spent the most time on my playing just in general through the playtest. And I managed to get my cleric to 9, almost level 10. So I'm almost about maybe a quarter to 50% to level 10 on my cleric. And I think that'll be the class I probably will end up playing the most, or that'll probably be my main class, I'll have to say, until the summoner comes out, just because I like survivability, right? And I like being able to keep myself alive. And a part of that is because I have PTSDs from MMOs and other team games, and I don't trust anyone to keep me alive. So I tend to lean towards roles that have some level of self-healing and survivability because of that reason there. So I ended up liking the cleric the most with that. If I had to make A tier, right, on my classes after kind of playing this, I say A tier for this kind of grouping. I think mage, but I did end up playing mage. Yes, battle cleric is the only way to go. Yeah, I was battle cleric, and honestly, I think I want to put cleric over bard, just because like bard was fun. I don't get me wrong, I like bard and all. Bard was pretty cool. I had a lot of fun. It was strong, powerful, versatile. You know, you were able to get in and get out. You had a lot of mobility. I don't feel like we weren't really like locked down. You know what I'm saying? Like you weren't really locked down. But with my cleric, okay, so I met a fighter. Their name was Ush. My guy, but me and my guy, we were able, me and him were 2-manning, like level, we were what, 8, 9, 2-manning elites, like level 11, 12 elites. Just like we were 2v1 in them. It took us a little bit of time, but like we were grinding them out. It was a good little group we had, you know. We were able to do a lot of damage, because like I think I ended up getting it's on the second tier. I forget the name of it already, but you get an ability to strengthen auto attacks, and then you can also allow your teammate to give you mana. And I would just pop that on him. I'd have unlimited mana, and we would just, if he got too low, I'd just spam heal him all the way up, and I'd just keep auto attacking, and it felt good. Like I felt the most comfortable on cleric. The cleric, but I think the reason why I wanted to play a battle cleric is because whenever I used to play, whenever I was like what is it? When I was, I guess, high school, middle school-ish, I played this MMO called Ashes of, what is it? Warhammer Age of Reckoning. And I really like, what is it? The Disciple of Cain. They were, is it the Disciple of Cain? I always talk about, I think I brought this up last time. What is it? Warhammer Age of Disciple of Cain, yep. I really like this class just because they had melee healing, and you could debuff enemies around you. So if Cleric had something like this in their hybrid, which they might, now that I think about it, they may actually have something like this. Sorry to get a little off topic, but I kind of need to know this, because if they have something like this in the hybrid, like a Shadow Disciple. You know, I'm gonna need to learn a little bit more about this, because you know, it gives me a little bit of Disciple of Cain vibes. But these are the two I'd probably look into: Shadow Disciple and Shaman for a cleric. But anyways, back to this. I think Mage is probably a good A tier in the solo realm here, simply because you have a lot of damage. You can move around. You have sleep. You have a lot of CC, so you can sleep mobs. You can do a lot of that. Same with Cleric. Cleric and Bard, they both have a lot of CC, but sustain. You don't sustain. Mage is pretty good. You can move around. You have a shield. CC. I think Fighter. I put Fighter here. I didn't like the Fighter personally. I felt like I was constantly in harm's way, and I don't like pain. I like that I can be a cleric. I can stand in front of the damage, and when I take too much damage by accident, I can heal myself and act like it didn't happen. With these classes right here, I can't do that. I can't do any of that. I accidentally die. I die way too much. I don't even think I got Fighter to level 5. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I maybe got him to like level 2, 3. Realized, you know, this right here is not for me. Not for me at all. Probably for a lot of other people. A lot of other people I know were doing very well with Fighter. They were killing a lot of mobs, doing their thing. Probably gear dependent, and not for someone who likes to just kind of like AFK sometimes while I'm playing the game, actively playing the game. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, Fighter, I put that here. I put Mage here. I have yet to play the Ranger and the Tank. But for me personally, I think I would put a Ranger here. Because there's no like D tier, right? If we had to force it. Because if right here would be, what is it, B? Wait, I need the H1. You got B tier, right? And I hate to do it to my tank homies, but y'all got the lowest. Y'all got the lowest right now. Because I feel like as a cleric, I could tank easily as a cleric, and it's way more fun. Let's be for real. Like, why? I guess tanks have taunts and all this disruption, and they're actually the actual tank. I guess, you know, that probably is a thing. You know. Wait. So the only way to be a paladin is if you're a tank with the hybrid of cleric. I really would like to know how these hybrids work. Just so it'd be a lot easier to understand what we're actually getting into, you know? Because like I want to play summoner. Because me personally, I'm putting summoner like my projected S plus tier. Hold on, I got you. Ooh. Summoner right here. And you know good and well rogues right here. Y'all know good and well. Actually, you know good and well summoner rogue are right here. Actually, yeah. I'm gonna keep it like this. Summoner's gonna be S plus tier, just cause you know you know how it is. And then rogue is gonna be great. Is anyone gonna try out rogue when it comes out? I think that's going to be fun. I think a lot of people in the PvP realm, this right here, a lot of red players, right? This guy right here. This is what I'm going to see a lot of. You're going to be walking around outside. Bop, bop. Looking forward to summoner. Can't wait to play shaman. How do you, How do you think the hybrid I guess the hybridization is going to work? Do you think, because they said picking the secondary class isn't going to give you any abilities, but kind of change the flavor of how they work? Is that right? Or do you think we would get new abilities? Or what is your take on it? What is your take on it? You think this tier list is right? This Ashes of Creation tier list, you think this is about right? Honestly, just to be petty, I could do this. I could see the augmenting abilities or adjusting them to fit. So cleric summoner would get creatures that heal. Okay. What ability would that augment, you think? Like, because I want to be a necromancer. That's what I'm looking forward to. I either want to be a necromancer or a shadowmancer. One of these two. One of these two. Because all I know is the summoner is probably going to make like a few creatures that, you know, appear and fight for you, and you're going to have different... I hope you have like a permanent pet, which we might, and oh, maybe a Beastmaster. I did like hunters in WoW, but because my whole thing is I don't want it to be like, what was that one game back in the day that had the hybrid classes? What was the class name? There's ESO. Rift had that. There we go. Game's still alive. Oh damn. Oh dang, it's still alive. It's still alive. Yeah, this is the game. Rift. And hybrid classes. Or it did at least. And you could like mix and match them. Crazy back in the day. Oh, y'all weren't supposed to see the AI stuff. Yeah, I think the reason why I give, like, not to hate on Tank is just, I think the reason why I give Tank the probably I'd say where we at? Where we at? I'm still here with Tank as far as solo. I feel like if you're a tank, you probably would do okay. Just cause you have, you know, what is it? Absorption field. You can literally absorb things. Aegis, yeah. You have damage mitigation, disruption. So you probably can just slowly peel away and just make sure enemies can't really do anything to you. Whereas if you're trying to play solo as a ranger, you're not gonna have I don't feel like you're gonna have as much fun with trying to solo like elites and whatnot. Maybe if you're good at kiting, maybe. But I think for like group content, rogues would be pretty good. Like one or two like two or three rogues, you probably not 2 or 3 rogues, 2 or 3 rangers, you probably be fine, or just any mixed match. But after a while with solo, I feel like that'd be tough. But as far as for my week 2 thoughts, I started off Friday. There weren't as many issues with getting into the game. Was able to kind of hop on, log in. There was like maybe a little bit of a queue, but for the most part, didn't really have that much of an issue. I believe I did play around on my cleric most of the time on Friday. Did do a few groups. I think I did my mage, and then Saturday and Sunday I played mine. Just because I kind of sat down and thought about how I felt about dying over and over again with my mage, and was just kind of like, you know, I feel like I'd have more fun if I wasn't dying and I was able to kind of heal myself. Well, then that's when I picked the cleric and started grinding. I did get consecrate, and that was crazy. Really good. Probably my favorite ability, you know? And, well, one of my favorite abilities, I'd say. Looks really flashy. But other than that, no, not even other than that. Cleric was just nice, man. Like, playing solo, I didn't really feel like I was in much trouble. Like, if I accidentally pulled too many mobs, I was able to be like, oh! Just keep healing myself and run away. I did get a decent amount of gear. I got some blue pants. A little tanky. I'm gonna start upgrading to I think I'm gonna start wearing heavy armor with my cleric. Just because I like being in the forefront. I got a blue spellbook though. Give me some extra magic damage. I got a green sword that had magic on it, which was nice. To go with my copper shield, so I'm pretty tanked out, you know. I got a cape. He's got a decent amount of gear for the cleric. Still want to keep grinding out on them until Summoner's released. Hopefully soon. I need Summoner, man. I need Summoner ASAP. Y'all better give me Summoner before Rogue. If they give me Rogue before Summoner, I'm gonna cry. I'll be like, no. But if they do that, I'll probably probably try out Rogue a little bit, see how that goes, you know. Just because I feel like the Rogue is a PvP class, man. Like, let's be for real. Like, you have to have Rogue just so you can go out and PvP. But if Corruption is account bound versus character bound, that'd suck. Because I'd have a Rogue just to PvP. Jude. Yeah, I'd have a Rogue to PvP. I think that'd be the move. But I think I want to do mostly like group and solo content. So I think the Summoner, or I don't really want to heal. I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. I don't really want to heal. I'm only Cleric because out of all the classes that are out right now, I feel the Summoner, well, other than Bard, I feel like Cleric has the most survivability. And I think when Summoner comes out, it might have decent, you know, survivability just because it have a pet, and I'll be able to play around that, and not just, because like I don't also want to be like beholden to a teammate so all the time. So I think a Summoner is like good for that. That's why I like playing Hunter, and I like playing Warlock and WoW, just because you have like that extra buddy there to be like, hey, how you doing? Other than that, I did like the additional starter zone that they had. That helped out a lot. Just cause whenever you go to Lionhold, if some of you guys are on the fence and are like, yo, is Ashes of Creation worth it? I've played every MMO out there. I played Throne and Liberty. By the way, I think this combat is way better than Throne and Liberty. Some people would try to say this combat is on par with Black Desert Online. I don't think so. Black Desert Online probably still has the top action combat in the MMO space, as far as I can tell. But Ashes of Creation does have a mixture between like the traditional combat as well as action combat. I may sound like a noob, but I did not know about the action combat until yesterday. And if you hit the Z button, it lets you toggle into the action combat. Completely changed my perspective of Ashes of Creation. That's when I really felt like I locked in. That's when I really felt like I locked in, because I was sitting there like, you know, the combat, I like the combat because I was hitting Q, because you can melee with Q in the traditional like fighting, where you like click on them and your abilities kind of just lock on and everything. Like they hit tab and it just goes to the next. Nah, I started hitting Z. Oh my goodness, man. I felt like the whole game changed for me. It felt way better. I was a lot happier. I felt like I was a little bit more in control of my character versus just kind of moving around piloting them. I think that was the best moment right there, realizing that I have been playing Ashes of Creation wrong the whole time, and pressing Z to open up the action combat. That right there flipped the switch. I went from I'm addicted to Ashes of Creation and I want to play every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to damn, I am so sad that I can't play this game. I need to get into the. I need to figure out how I can get into the what is it, the public test round, or the test rounds. I need to figure that out. I need to figure that out. That's where I'm at right now. Cause man, that alone made me I don't know, man. Something about action combat in an MMO just feels good. Just because I remember when I played WoW. I remember playing World of Warcraft and was just like, it was cool and all, you know, man. Like, it's cool being able to, you know, like click on them and you just side swiping, you know, like, well, you just get close and you, as long as you're in range, you do damage, all that jazz. But there's something about kind of like having to being able to block and attack when you want to, you know, being able to block and attack when you want to. I don't know. I think Skyrim was the first time that I ever, I guess, experienced action combat like that. Just because I had Skyrim on my computer. And you know, you know, left click to swing, right click to block, all that, right? And I was playing WoW at the same time. And I think at one point I was just like, man, I wish I could do this in WoW. Like, I would have so much fun being able to play a warrior and then being able to like actually like play as my warrior when like, I don't know. That's how I always felt. And then I remember just kind of like over the years, I found a few games here and there. I ran into, what was it, Terra Online. That game's dead. Or maybe it is. Terra Online, is it still alive? MMORPG. Terra Online. Let's see. Are you still alive, Terra? Oh, it does not exist. It is no longer around, I guess. Oh. Terra will shut down Thursday morning after 10 years. Okay, so this game no longer exists, but it had action combat in it back in 2012. So probably around the same time I was looking for other kinds of MMOs. And then I think, what else was there? What other MMOs are there? Yeah, pretty much it was Terra Online. Then probably Warframe. I played Warframe a little bit. That had some like action and combat, but that was just kind of a different kind. And then I remember stumbling upon Black Desert Online. It has a solid action combat there. They just came out with a new region. I think one of the things that lack in Black Desert Online, or what makes it kind of hard to get into, is the lack of PvE content, in my opinion. Like, you kind of have to, there's just a lot of grind, and their quests, I'm gonna call it as the quests are kind of bad, man. Like, they are okay. Like, they've gone back and made them better, because I've been going back through the old storyline because they made me, but that's because they redid the storyline and they voice acted all the major parts. Like, I hate having to, like, you know, the NPCs that are just, you know, hey, I'm this guy, you gotta go over here and you gotta go kill 10 bandits. Boop deep boop bop. Go get this key from the well, and then I'll tell you the rest of like, these people, man. I'm like, dog, let me just spam past you. You're not even important right now, bro. Please don't make me talk to you. But other than that, the voice parts of the quest are really nice. I do like in this game, whenever you play the class and say you get to like 56, you have like a succession or awakening, which I guess are like your two different specs in the class, and they have like a storyline that goes with them. I do like that, and those are some of those are voiced and they're pretty cool. So there's some PvE that I like about it, but I need to play through this new region here. This new region here is pretty cool. Has a nice, like it's just pure quest, pure cinema. Like they make you talk to NPCs. It's voiced a lot better than their earlier stuff. The earlier stuff is kind of like hard, like it's when they were first making the game. But this is I guess my standard for action combat. I remember there was Neverwinter. Oh, it took me to the website. That's why I was confused. Games. We got recently updated. Can I like search? I can. So Neverwinter by, I guess, Perfect World Entertainment. This was another game that had action combat, even though it was in a little bit more of a limited form. They have, you know, Wizard, Warlock. I think it's like based off Dungeons and Dragons as well. So they have different classes and the whatnots you can play as. I tried this game out a little bit back in the day as well, but I guess the one thing I never made it that far in the game, just because one, I felt like the UI was extremely confusing. Also, I don't think the story was that compelling, but maybe that was also because I felt like a lot of the game was hidden behind a paywall. It was like secretly pay to win back in the it was like super, I feel like it was like super pay to win, or just obnoxiously pay to win early on in the MMO space. And I understood it was free to play, but it was like, for example, here it's like, if you wanted to play the, what is it, Azamar, Gith, the Moon Elf, or the Dragonborn, you had to pay like $60 or something silly like that to get the class. And I was like, it was like an whole expansion you had to pay for, was like, or you had to like do it within a specific time, and if you didn't, you were locked out, and everyone else had to pay. And I was kind of like, that's one of the things, I think that's something that happened, or I don't remember. Either way, I just remember you had to pay money to play him, and I didn't want to do that, and I was just kind of like, damn, I want to play a Gith. I want to be an alien guy. That's would be cool, man. I want to be an alien. But it's like, no, money. And I was like, damn, I'm broke. I'm broke. Can't do that. So never stuck with that. But I think out of all the MMOs, I kept going back to Black Desert Online. It's just for the combat alone. Even though I think WoW has a better, or had a better story. But we're back to Ashes of Creation. I think this combat right here they have a lot to work on. This is our time. This is our chance to get all of our input in on a game and make an MMO as good as it can be. We don't need to be a WoW killer. We don't need to be a Neverwinter killer. We don't need to be a Guild Wars killer. We don't need to be any of that, right? All we need to do is be the best MMO. Ashes of Creation needs to be the best version of itself as it can be. And I think one thing that we should do during this time period of testing, especially testers like myself, one thing I want to do better of is trying to keep a log of the bugs I find. I want to report these bugs. I also want to talk like we gotta be picky. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I know it's alpha, but even if because it's alpha, we can't let stuff slide. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of times when it comes to games and their development, we use the excuse, oh, it's in this X state, or it'll get back. Like, wait until now. You don't say wait until yada yada yada. It'll get like then let's wait until launch and then we'll see how it is. But then by the time it's launched, something is baked into the design, right? We can't let stuff slide. We need to be. I know a lot of people are just playing the game to play the game, and I understand that we all want to have fun. I want to have fun too, but I think the best way to have fun at this game is to try to find and break as much as possible. Push everything you can to the limit. Of course, don't exploit, but try to find things. I like this guy on YouTube. His name is The Spiffing Bread. That's his channel, and he tries to find ways to like break games and to win, right? And we almost have to do the same thing, like how well, because we don't really have an economy right now. There's no real auction house, or the only thing we have is like in-game player trading type deal, right? And we're gonna need to find a way, like what's the easiest way, what's the best way to like print money right now. A good way I've seen to print money is, well, one, not doing commissions. Commissions take way too long. I feel you don't even get that much of a reward or experience from it. And you got to like go back to get more. Just almost a waste of time, unless you're doing like they're in the same area you're grinding, I guess. But I think this, again, like I was saying, I think this is the time for us to kind of forge this MMO into what we want it to be. Like, if you're I'm a fan of action combat, so right now this is my time to test out and see what are all the different weird ways action combat can be used and abused, and is the Z-axis messed up? Can I swing here and someone be standing up here? Do they still get hurt? Like, we got to make sure all that works. Same with the traditional combat. Y'all already probably know that. That's probably why y'all already here. So far, I think week 2 was a greater success than week 1. For me personally, just for the fact that I found a class that I like. I was playing a lot of Bard, and I was playing a lot of Mage. I was playing Mage simply because of this guy right here. He looked pretty cool. It's like, dang, this looks pretty badass. But when I started playing when I started playing Mage, it just just wasn't for me. Just wasn't for me. Not that it's bad, just wasn't for me. I know a lot of people do well in Mage. A lot of people are doing the work. Just too squishy for me, you know. I did also try Fighter. Probably didn't give it enough time. Probably could have, but was playing solo. Didn't want to take the time to sit back and get heals and whatnot. The addition of the zones were good. The lag was not as bad anymore. I think between week 1 and week 2, I feel like the servers were the stability of the servers had improved. Besides the Lionhold region, I think the Lionhold region is probably the most unstable area in the game right now. That may also be because that is where a majority of the players are, right? A lot of people are joining in, making new characters, testing out things. Like, it wasn't as bad. I would say by Sunday, it wasn't as bad as it was on Friday. I think a majority of the people play Friday evening, log in and try to get as much time in as they can, just because Saturday and Sunday they might not be able to. But Friday for sure is probably one of the most intense days. And I had to get more RAM in between week 1 and week 2. Ended up going from 24 to 64. So I added 40 gigs of RAM. Was a huge improvement. Allowed me to run the game a lot easier. The stream, my computer struggles a little bit still. I need to save up and grind towards a new CPU. All donations welcome. Cough, cough. But in all seriousness, yeah, I need to save up and get a new CPU. Once I have my CPU, I plan on saving up and getting a new graphics card. So that's kind of the progression route that I'm going into right now. So RAM complete, new CPU next, then I need a new GPU. I need to figure out what kind I should get or need to get, but that is something that is definitely on the table. And I'm down for any assistance and guidance when picking out these new computer parts. Had a viewer assist me with the RAM and help me pick that out. So that's pretty much where I'm at on that. Performance was way better, and the further I got from Lionhold, it was like night and day. Like it felt like the game was so smooth. As soon as I came back to Lionhold, I was like, oh my gosh, my computer's angry again. It's stressed out. Dog, we need to leave this. We need to leave this area. I also tried out a little bit of the gathering. I got my lumbering to 3. I need to work on my mining, herbalism, and hunting. So I did experiment with hunting a little bit more this weekend. I might spend a weekend just doing gathering, depending on how I feel. But I did enjoy leveling that up a little bit and kind of learning a little bit about how that worked. I ended up getting some of the gathering bags. I did learn that hunting, it it will allow me to, excuse me, I guess get into like the animal husbandry or whatever more, so that way I can make mounts. So I ended up getting 2 wolves, and I plan on saving up money. Ooh, actually, I think I have the money now that I can use to get a wolf mount, and then I might be able to sell a wolf mount to somebody else in the future. So I might see how that works, because depending on how that goes, I might pick up hunting, just because hunting and fishing and hunting, just because I don't really want to like cut down trees or anything like that. I like finding the wolves and the bears and getting those. I want to continue to see how that works, and I feel like as people are looking for mounts and are wanting mounts and keep playing the game, I think that'd be something to look into, because I think there is a form of like mount breeding that they're going to add into the game in the future. Someone check me if I'm wrong, but that is something that I do want to look more into. I think that those are the 2 professions, fishing and hunting. I might do more hunting than fishing. I did want to do more fishing, but the hunting, I don't know, just feel like it would work. I would work a little bit more with cooking. Maybe fishing will do well too, but it'd be cool to find cool exotic meats to sell on the auction house for my area. What else? What else do I think about the second week of Ashes of Creation? Oh, I moved to Halcyon. Halcyon was great. That's where I learned about the mounts. I think it is the city where Pirate Software and Narc live. I think that's their streamer city. So a buddy of mine, or a viewer of mine, told me about that area and was like, hey, you should come here and figure out if you want to live here and get to grinding and whatnot. And I was like, yeah, I should probably figure that out. But now that I'm almost level 10, because that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get to level 10 and I'm gonna go back to Halcyon, and I'm gonna look. I think they have, because right now I was in Miralith, because the reason why I was in Miralith was because, one, there was like, I was looking at the interactive map, and I saw a lot of people talking about the 2 areas. So, talking about Oaken. I kept calling the Oakenbacher, Oaken whatever. There's an Oathbreaker, whatever is it called, Oathbreaker Keep or whatever, something with a whole bunch of Minotaurs. I don't remember what it's called. Either way, I keep seeing people talk about that area over there. So me and my buddy Ush, we went over there and we're grinding out mobs until we got to level 10. We're about pretty close. We had to leave because the dang DC. Like, man, I can't wait till Friday. I'm gonna push to get to level 10, become a citizen, then I guess try to work on getting better gear. I'm either gonna grind out the money to get better gear or make it myself. I do want a better mount before I do anything. I want to get a wolf mount. It's pretty much gonna be Friday, and this weekend is gonna be, we're gonna get level 10, then we're gonna get a wolf mount, and then we start grinding for better gear. I think that'll be it. Pretty much. I think I showed all the classes. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on week 2. It was nice. improved. No DDoS that I know of. They did go down for a couple hours on Saturday when I wanted to play, but you know, had to wait for these guys to come back. Figured out I like Cleric. Cleric way better, way tankier. Feel like big strong battle cleric for the win. Never I don't think I'm gonna play another class until Summoner comes out. When Summoner comes out, I'm going to use all my knowledge I've gathered from the cleric and, you know, move that over to this guy. I also hope that I'll be able to invite myself to the guild, or if guilds are per account, because that'll be weird. Either way, I'll pretty much just, I guess I could like mail all my gear to this new character and my money and stuff, right? Can I do that? I don't know. I'll figure that out when that happens, because I don't even think guilds are fleshed out like that. But because I want to start a guild eventually, but I need to get level 10 to do that. So hard. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling a little bit. I'm kind of done talking about what I think about this game here for the week 2. I do look forward to week 3. If you made it this far and you are interested in buying the game, you go to ashes.creation/shop. You can buy the first wave. You get access November 8th. That gives you access to the remainder waves. Then you get beta 1 and 2 keys and a month of game time and a little bit of currency for cosmetics in the future. So I guess I could have a referral code. Not really sure how that works, but it'll probably be down below in the description. I'll let you check that out. And thank you. That has been my hour-long video of what I think about Ashes of Creation Week 2. I'll see you next week for Week 3. I'm trying to cancel it on YouTube. I feel like it's trolling me. Event post on YouTube will be deleted and your stream will not be delivered to the channel.